Contracts are the backbone of business relationships, but have you ever wondered what exactly a contracting party is? In this video, we'll explore the meaning of contracting parties, their identification, and practical usage in legal agreements. A contracting party is any individual or entity entering into a legally binding agreement. This could be a person, a company, or even a government agency. When these parties sign a contract, they accept specific obligations, responsibilities, and benefits outlined in the agreement. Proper identification of all parties is crucial for a contract to be valid and enforceable. For individuals, this means using their full legal name, current address, and sometimes even a passport or ID number. For businesses, it's essential to include the full legal name, registration number, registered office address, and country of incorporation. Let's look at an example of how to identify parties in a contract. Instead of simply stating this contract is made between John and ABC Company, a more comprehensive identification would be, this contract is made between John Smith, residing at 123 Main Street, passport number XYZ173, and ABC Company Limited, a corporation registered in Delaware with registration number 12345, having its registered office at 456 Business Avenue. When referring to parties throughout the contract, it's best to use functional terms that describe their roles. For instance, use buyer and seller in a sales agreement, or service provider and client in a service contract. This approach enhances clarity and helps distinguish each party's role in the agreement. It's important to note that the term parties should be clearly defined within the contract. This helps prevent unintended third-party rights and ensures that only the signatories are bound by the agreement's terms. Instead of using parties throughout the document, consider using signatories or the functional terms we mentioned earlier. Each contracting party has specific rights and responsibilities as defined in the agreement. These may include the right to receive goods or services, the obligation to make payments, or the duty to perform certain tasks. Clearly outlining these rights and obligations is essential for avoiding disputes and ensuring a smooth execution of the contract. Common contracting party roles vary depending on the type of agreement. In a sales contract, you'll have a buyer and a seller. Loan agreements involve a lender and a borrower. Service contracts typically have a service provider and a client. Licensing agreements feature a licensor and a licensee. Understanding these roles helps each party grasp their specific obligations and rights within the contract. To avoid common pitfalls in contract party definitions, always use full legal names and registered business names. Be explicit about each party's responsibilities, and in multi-party contracts, clearly assign roles to prevent confusion. In conclusion, understanding the meaning of contracting parties and how to properly identify them is crucial for creating clear, enforceable contracts. By using precise language, functional references, and comprehensive identification, you can ensure that your agreements are legally sound and leave no room for misinterpretation. Remember, when in doubt, it's always wise to consult with a qualified legal professional to ensure your contracts are comprehensive and protect the interests of all parties involved.